because he believes he's innocent. He believes he's innocent. And what's more, he believes that he needs to stand up, not just for himself, for his family, and for everybody who's been targeted by the federal government.
The day will come when we will name names other than Sean Combs, and there's a lot of names. It's a long list already. And of course, I already know who some of these individuals are, but because of the nature of this case, we're going to make sure that we're right before we do that.
Many are questioning whether the recent lawsuits against Sean Diddy Combs are genuine or opportunistic. The latest suit alleges that Combs threatened a college student's life. This is one of several lawsuits facing the music mogul, who is currently in jail awaiting trial on various serious charges. We'll examine these new claims in detail. Since Combs' arrest last month, numerous filings have surfaced, many alleging a similar pattern of coercion and abuse. According to the Justice Department, these accusations involve a scheme of manipulation and exploitation using Combs' influence and resources.
Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution.
The lawsuits describe alleged incidents where women were coerced or drugged and subsequently forced to perform acts against their will. While some may argue these lawsuits are financially motivated, others believe the allegations reflect a climate where accusers finally feel safe to come forward. One recent lawsuit filed by attorney Tony Busby alleges that Combs threatened to kill a college student and her friend during a 2004 incident. The claimant, named only as Jane Doe, claims she was a 19-year-old student when she met Combs at an event and was later invited to an after-party. The suit alleges that at the after-party, Combs and his entourage coerced her and her friend into a situation that escalated to threats and non-consensual acts. The suit reads, Combs told Jane Doe and her friend that they should come to his hotel for a more exclusive party. Ms. Doe and her friend agreed and were taken to a Manhattan area Marriott hotel by a member of Combs' entourage, so she claims. They get to the hotel, and supposedly there were about a dozen people drinking in this hotel suite, but then things take a very violent turn. She says she and her friend were grabbed by a security guard and taken to a separate room. She even claims that when she asked the guard where he was taking her, he said, "You know what you're here for." She says the security guard locked her and her friend inside, and there was only one other person in this room, Sean Combs. That is where things get more troubling. The suit reads that Combs gave Miss Doe and her friend more drinks and then instructed them to indulge on the cocaine that he prepared for use on the coffee table. Combs continued getting gradually more aggressive with the two women, and they eventually began to forcibly touch them without consent. The suit goes on to say that when these two women tried to resist these advances, Combs allegedly told them to engage in intimate activity with him or else. Combs allegedly demanded that Ms. Doe's friend perform an intimate act on him, threatening to kill both women if she refused. Ms. Doe's friend complied while Ms. Doe pleaded with him to let them go, but he reportedly denied her request. Instead, he allegedly forced Jane Doe to undress under threat of violence and began to assault her. She was reportedly crying and pleading for him to stop. A disturbance likely triggered by Miss Doe's cries eventually led to the door opening as a security guard from earlier entered, asking if everything was okay. Miss Doe's friend seized this moment to escape through the door. However, Miss Doe was unable to leave as Combs was still on top of her. Combs eventually exited the room to speak with the guard, but allegedly issued a final warning to Jane Doe, telling her to stay put or face death. This adds a second alleged death threat in the case. The lawsuit further alleges that the woman was only able to escape around half an hour later when a guard finally opened the door and told her she was free to go. The complaint filed under the New York City Victims of Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Act allows the accuser to pursue claims despite the passage of time. Jane Doe is seeking compensatory damages for emotional and physical suffering, as well as punitive damages to address the severity of the alleged actions. Combs has denied all allegations, maintaining his innocence and confidence in the judicial process. His legal team argues that the lawsuits are baseless, with Combs' representatives dismissing Busby's motives as media-driven. The mounting legal challenges began in November last year, when Cassandra Ventura accused Combs of misconduct, though that claim was settled out of court. Subsequent indictments allege broader abuse. Combs has pleaded not guilty and remains in custody pending a trial set for May 2025. Do you agree with Diddy's counsel that the case has become a media circus? Are the opportunists leading this mount of charges? Let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching.